aboard. Looking forward to seeing this.
Across the River Thames here in London. My name is James. Downstairs I'm joined by my colleague Mick. He'll be happy to help with any questions you might have. Those of you joining us on the top deck, have a look behind you in the wheelhouse, you will see Here we go, let's see if we can get a wave back from these people. Oi oi! There we go, a couple of waves back. Those are definitely tourists. A Londoner would never. This is the one time, by the way, in London that you can wave at a stranger and get a wave back with all 5 fingers. Trying it on the tube, you'll get 1 or 2 in return. Now, if you have a look at our right, you will see our first proper level Boris Johnson stayed with a particularly bad bout of coronavirus. Although, who's to say, in light of recent news events, that might have just been a hangover. But if we have another look on the left, we can see the fantastic neo-Gothic pile of new Westminster Palace with its 3 main towers. On our left, closest to us, that is the Victoria Tower. That is the official royal residence here, please. We skipped out the number 13. Turns out if you are 135 metres in the air, you want all the good luck that you can handle. I found out last week, actually, you can rent out the entire eye for yourself for half an hour. A lady from Thailand, a famous actress, came, rented out the entire eye, had half an hour, all to herself, just her in one of the pods, all the other pods entirely empty. It cost her £135,000. A crack force of women during World War II. Many men were out fighting in the war, so women designed this, women made this bridge. They made it out of self-cleaning stone. They were bombed while they were building the bridge, but despite all of that, they got it completed on time and under budget. There we go. Back it up what you will. Now on our right, this is actually one of my favourite buildings in London. It's a fantastic example of brutalist architecture, this blocky building with a black display screen. This is London's Royal, and on this site in Ludgate Hill. The previous one burnt to a crisp in the Great Fire of London in 1666. It was replaced by this one, completed in 1711, designed by Christopher Wren, the American architect and Freemason. And it is the only cathedral to be completed. A lot more. But further down the road, still on our right, that white building with the wood timber frame and the thatched roof. This ancient Tudor-looking building was completed all the way back in 1897. This is Shakespeare's Globe. It's a recreation of Shakespeare's Globe, designed and commissioned by Sam Wanamaker. 72 stories tall. That means it is the tallest building in Western Europe. You'd have to go as far east as Moscow to find anything taller than that. Inside the Shard there are offices, there is the viewing gallery at the top, there's the 7-star Shangri-La Hotel, and of course, as is the case with just about every building in this city, there are luxury apartments. Now you can... what's that? No Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon? You'll see here 2 naval battleships. The one on our right, that is the British HMS Belfast. That was forged in the same shipyard as the Titanic, though this one had a far more successful career. This was the ship that sank the Scharnhorst, Adolf Hitler's favourite battleship. So it did us all a favour. If we can agree on one thing, it's that Hitler didn't deserve nice things. It fired the first shots at D-Day, and it is... I know we're all excited because just ahead of us is, of course, no, of course not, because on our right, more excitingly, that is the former Mayor's office and the head and the home of the Greater London Council. No, of course not, because right ahead of us is Tower Bridge. That's right, Tower Bridge. It's not London Bridge, we already passed London Bridge, you missed it, it's rather boring. But in fact, it was completed in 1894. That means there are parts of the London Underground that are older than Tower Bridge. But that means there are drivers on the London Underground that are older than Tower Bridge. In fact, the London Underground just last night, I believe, celebrated its 160th birthday. So there we go. And now give these people a wave. It is of the utmost importance we get a wave back. And we've even got a fortnight dance as well. Someone's blocked it for us. Please sit down, guys. Sit down, my friend. Really is whack-a-mole, this bit of the tour. Now, as I said, the bridge does still open. In fact, one day in 1951, the bridge opened while someone was driving their double-decker route master along it. He had of course, been a royal palace. You can go today and visit the crown jewels. When old Charlie isn't wearing them, of course. And it is most infamously a hub of torture and execution. If you were found to be a traitor to the crown, you were sent through Traitor's Gate. And it was London's oldest one-way street, because once you went 100 years too late, but there we go. There we go. Now if you look at our right, we can see the City of London School. This is where Daniel Radcliffe went to school, so it is technically Hogwarts. But it has this glass atrium. That is because we have strict bylaws here about being able to see the dome of St Paul's Cathedral from 8 different locations in London. So you'll notice the City of London with all the skyscrapers, that's a bit further behind us. There aren't any tall buildings. It was known as the Big Stink. The Big Stink was so bad that Parliament was evacuated and they commissioned Sir Joseph Bazalgette to create the sewer system. So there we go. Sometimes if you need Parliament to change something, you have to stink them out yourselves. And now the Thames, to this day, is elsewhere. And just next to it you can also see New Scotland Yard, home of the Metropolitan Police, the oldest police force in the world. That was commissioned by Prime Minister Robert Peel. That's why police officers in the UK call themselves peelers. It's also why some of them call themselves I got that joke around the wrong way around.